Welcome everybody to Under the Hollywood Sign. My name is Faliex. I'm co-hosting this show with Michel Barrault. And today I have the pleasure to ask his name is Frederic Dubois, but it's a very special guest for me because Frederic is from France, like me. Frederic was born in Lyon, like me. But in fact, I know Frederic since we had 7 years old.
Yeah, 6 years old.
6 years old.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
6
you
years
didn't know
old.
this.
6 and
my
7
God.
years old.
So and now we are living in LA.
In LA and doing quite the same job.
Yeah,
Quite.
exactly. Exactly.
You're a composer, musician, but I'm in sound. But yeah, and
So,
it's really funny.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have you today. You're very welcome.
Nice to meet you, Philippe.
Yes.
Can we talk about French middle school?
No,
Not
but
anymore.
I have some proof of it. Maybe at the end of the show we
You
can
have a
see
diploma.
some. No diploma. Some photo. Anyway. Okay, so Michel.
Yes.
Hi, Michel.
All right. So that was the presentation. That's
That's it.
That's it. This is Fred, and we know him since a long time.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So, well, my first question is usually the same for everyone, whether they are composers, artists, or sound editors, or mixers. Can you tell us about your parcours? Oh my God, I used a French word. I'm so sorry. Can you tell us about your parcours exactly? I think that's the right word. From when you went from France to here, when you started France, what you've done, and how come you ended up in Los Angeles doing sound effect and mixing here?
It was an accident.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's simply because I really didn't want to work in movie, in sound effect or whatsoever. In fact, I wanted to work in as a technician or maybe DJ in a radio station because it was my dream. And at that time, now nobody is talking about radio and listening to radio, but when we were younger, 50 years or 40 years ago, radio was magic. You could hear some stuff from... Remember, I was in Lyon and I was listening on shortwave radios, and I was
Free radios.
I was tuning the radio, and I was just listening to Radio Brasilia.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
this is why when you are young.
Caliente.
Yeah, and but yeah, we got many. It was possible to listen to many stations all over the world, and even if you were in small cities, so at night. So I wanted to work in radio.
Yeah.
Really, it was really magic. So I went to audiovisual school in France, and so of course they were teaching cinema and picture. So I didn't care. I didn't care about that. So I wanted to work in jingles, music, and that's it. And after the school, you have to show your resume to companies to become an intern. And there was this big radio station in France named RTL, Radio Luxembourg, and so I gave my resume to the guard at the desk, and the guard did something fantastic because he gave this resume to an assistant of a new TV channel was just beginning, named M6.
Mm-hmm.
And I started as an intern in that TV station, and everything started from there. So I started in live TV news, gathering news and stuff, and I met a lot of artists and politics and blah blah blah, this kind of people, and we had tape recorders.
Right.
And suddenly I said, oh my God, we can do a lot of things with that. And then I left this company. I went to a post-production company named Audio Phase, and I started with because the boss understood that I was the guy who
Sylvain.
Yeah.
Sylvain, if you're listening to us, we say hi.
Sylvain Fage, and he understood that I was more attracted to the sound editing process than mixing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to work with Captain Cousteau,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned my job with fantastic sound editors, Anne Belin, Catherine Mochin, those fantastic women who taught me, teach me to edit waves, bubbles, and stuff like that. And it started that way.
Right.
So after that, I going a little bit faster. Sorry. I was hired to work on a big French comedy a couple of years later named Didier with
I remember with Alain Chabat.
This director Alain Chabat, and since then, during let's say 10 years, I was working on big French comedies,
Right.
big ones.
So just to have an idea of the accomplishment of Frederic, I'm gonna put some IMDb.
IMDb.
IMDb,
yeah.
sorry. So you see this?
So
This is all the movie he did so far.
So the latest.
So you can
one-
continue to speak, but
So the latest stuff I did from The Simpsons and Star Wars and an Arabic movie named The Ambush, Promising Young Woman. I did that.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, but it was the TV show. I was on the TV show, and I did some for before leaving France. I was working for Europa Corp.
Yeah.
So on those action movies
Luc
like
Besson.
Taken
Is it
3,
Taken?
Taken 2,
Yeah.
Taken 3, of course,
Colombiana.
yeah.
I worked on this kind of action
Asterix?
movies. And I did the first Asterix with directed by Claude
which is
Zidi.
big in France.
Big in Europe. The first one is funny because the second one was bigger in France than in Europe, and the first one was really big in all over Europe. And some people prefer the first one, and the French hate the first one. They prefer the second one, but it's a question of culture.
Anyway, yeah.
That's it. So yeah, I did that, and slowly I became more attracted to cinema because I was working in cinema. So I had to watch movies and to open books, and but as I told you, it's an accident. I really didn't want to do that. I didn't care about movies.
And you were still doing like supervising or sound editing?
Oh yeah, because it's my main job, because and this is why one of the reasons I moved here. That here the concept of editing picture or sound is really important, more important than in France. In France, the mix process is very important, but not editing.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's the opposite, because if you have a good editing, good sounds, you can get a good mix.
Yeah.
But not the opposite.
Feather up, like they say.
It's because
Don't touch anything, it's
this,
already done.
This is why editing is very important, and so you learn every day, even if you think you know everything. But each movie is a prototype, so each movie is different. Each movies you have to adopt a new way of thinking.
It's a new challenge.
It's
Every time you have to adapt.
yeah, and you think, okay, I learned a lot on that movie. Yeah, sure, but the next one will be different. It's totally.
And when did you move to Los Angeles from Paris, France?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You've been working here. Like we've seen the latest movies that you've been working on. They're all pretty much U.S. productions.
Yeah, 10 years ago. So I moved there because I was in a relationship with a great person named Rob Knox. We were in a relationship because I was, before in my previous life in France, I was releasing sound effect libraries, mostly for about guns. And Rob Knox was the CEO of this company, Sound Dogs, who was the biggest online sound effect library in the world. And so we were in a relationship, and one day I contacted Rob and I told him, okay, Rob, I got my green card. Can you help? And he helped me. And he's still helping me because now he's the CEO of the brand Toreo Studio.
Oh, okay.
So we are working together, and so yeah, it's I'm very loyal, very
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
It's a great
So-
contact. I mean, more than a contact. You know,
Yeah, it's more
it's
more
a
than it's more
great
than that.
relationship.
Yes, it's more
It's
than
a
that.
solid base. You know?
Because in the meantime, the fact that because some differences between France and I say France, maybe Europe and Los Angeles, again, the way we work, we start a movie, and so Rob told me and teach me a lot of stuff about
The business side of
the business and yeah, let's say business, but I prefer to say we are artisans. So yeah, the way we are making films and sounds for films.
So, do you think of yourself more as an editor slash mixer or as a mixer slash editor?
Editor slash mixer.
Right.
Yeah, editor.
Because
slash
you came from editing,
Yeah,
sound editing.
and I love mixing, but in fact I love mixing the stuff I cut or my team is cutting. But it's yeah, becoming only a mixer. It's not my stuff. Yeah, it's I love both.
we get
But
it. We get it. We
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
I prefer doing. I love doing both, but editing first. Yeah.
Got it. So you worked on a lot of interesting movies that are quite famous worldwide, like the Taken franchise. You know,
Yeah.
Taken 1, Taken 2, Taken 3, with big name directors. And also working Eurocorp with Luc Besson and other. Do you have any anecdotes or any stories, that about working with those big?
Oh, plenty, but in the meantime,
Nothing secret.
no, yeah, we have
Yes.
no. There's no
No gossip here.
No, there is
we don't
no,
gossip.
No, there is no gossip, no secret. But it's on every movie. It's not even. We have plenty of funny stuff.
Like you arrive in the morning and all the sessions have been deleted.
No,
That never happened.
It happened a long time ago, but because of computers and stuff like that, it happens. Or your drive is just crashing just before mixing, or in Normandy, because when we were working at Luc Besson's facility, it was in the middle of nowhere, really in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
2 hours from Paris, and in countryside, and he built an amazing facility. It's one of the biggest dubbing stage in the world. Even I worked on The Ambush with Kevin O'Connell at Sony and the Cary Grant Theatre, and the Cary Grant Theatre is really big. But I had to show one day the picture of Stage 4 in Normandy. I had to show it to Kevin because it was bigger. The stage in Normandy
big,
was
eh?
really bigger. So the anecdote is the console was euphonics was so big that it was okay. I'm not talking really bad technology, but it's digital, and digital means clocks and stuff, and you have to be in sync. And if you have a problem with the power supply, and because you're in the middle of nowhere, so one day it was at midnight. We were working on that movie. I don't maybe was it Revolver? I don't remember. And so there's a peak or whatever tension, yeah. And the console didn't sound the same. And it was. My God! So we were to reset and to bring it back. It took 3 hours to do that.
Oh,
This
boy.
kind of
So
stuff.
just for have an idea for some people who never went to the mix like this, you know, we have some picture that you provided.
Which one?
So we
So
have
yeah, okay.
this, yeah.
One, it was in Normandy. It was in Normandy. So we're mixing this movie Transporter 3.
Okay.
And so the screen is really big because you have the feeling that the screen is just close to the console, but no, it was at least at 25. Oh no! It was close to 60 meters. 60 feet. Sorry, 60 feet.
So 20 meters.
Yeah, 20, 25. Yeah,
Yeah, we
this
can't-
this is the stage. This is the stage 4. Doesn't exist anymore for a lot of reasons. But so the stage still exists, but the installation doesn't exist anymore. But it was really, really big, and it sounded
And high to look at the.
it sounded so
depth.
good. Yeah, it sounded so great. And
So it's huge, you know.
it's really huge. It was the
look.
biggest euphonics console in the world at that time, And you see on the painting, it's Joan of Arc because he directed that. It's Joan of Arc in front of audience, and so it was really big. And the stage could we got 350 or 400 seats. So yeah, because it's so this one is the Cary Grant Theater at Sony in Culver City.
Okay.
So it's really big also, but not as big. You can say that even it's not the same the same camera, the same stuff, but you understand that. Yeah. So this movie was Revolver. This movie was Revolver with directed by Guy Ritchie. So we mixed this movie in Normandy. It was, and the main mixer was Vincent Arnardi, fantastic guy. Yeah, we laughed a lot.
And we can see, the console, the board, which is huge. I'm just telling this for people who don't know that, the environment, and we have the chance also to have an aperçu of your work because you brought some.
So the consoles are huge for the simple reason that, and the sessions are huge for the because we have to cut everything. So people really don't understand, even in cinema. So people not in post-production don't understand how it goes. But each time to simplify, I say everything you are hearing in the movie is fake. Even the voices, everything is fake. What? Yeah, because we have to recut to verify each word and to change the word because there's some noise or because the intention is not so great, or because the director or the producer would like to change the intention. Yeah. So it's regarding the voice. Now we have music. The music, we have many instruments, so we have to have call that stems. It means that we have groups of string, cellos, horns, and so we have
multiple stems for just the music itself.
Just the music
many
itself.
tracks.
And for sound effect, we have let's say 8 subgroups, or 6 or 8 subgroups. You have Foley. So Foley, it's everything related to footsteps, close movement, and everything. Props, humans. Imagine a human or dog walking or something, or grabbing a can. Okay, it's
no
it's
publicity.
Foley.
No publicity.
No, it's a can. It's a can. It's Foley. So we have Foley. We have backgrounds. So everything regarding outside, birds, whatever. We have sound design. We have effects, artifacts, and what else? And sometimes other subgroups. Blah blah blah. It's a lot.
Yeah. So
a lot of tracks.
Can we have a look of what a session can be? So let me.
So I brought this session. So the movie I was mixing with Kevin O'Connell, directed by Pierre Morel. This movie is named The Ambush. It's a war movie, and so we mixed with Kevin. Kevin was mixing at Sony. We were at Cary Grant Theater mixing music and dialogue, and I was mixing effects. So this is my session.
Okay.
The effects session. So I'm going quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going. Okay. So I was just.
I got lost already.
I was scrolling. So for example, when I was telling you about subgroups, so we have a lot of and stuff like that, but I'm going to simplify. So just before playing that, so all that stuff, this region, it's only about Foley. So you see the number of clips, and it's only Foley.
Yeah. So each clip we see, it's a sound.
It's a sound. It's a sound.
Yeah.
So I'm going fast.
Yeah.
So those clips, because I didn't expand those tracks, it's only backgrounds. In fact, if I expand it, so you have 8 groups, but each group has up to 12 or 15 tracks. Yeah. Then we have sound design. In that reel, sound design, we didn't use sound design in that reel. This was another reel. So we have those tracks, so they're quite empty. But now effects. Now we have effects. So for example, because it's a war movie, we have the main machine guns.
Yeah.
The second machine guns, we have the long-range machine guns. So we have an helicopter. We are going to play back a little clip, and you will understand. So only the helicopters. Then we have impacts, explosions, all the
So
Shells.
each town have their
tracks,
own
because
track,
in the meantime, this is why many tracks, because it's like you can imagine maintenance. Why? Because every product, like a car, a mechanic, when he sees a car well done, it's because he can repair the car because everything is well
Set up.
And is just yelling when he cannot find, it's difficult to reach the battery, because it's exactly the same stuff. Because in movies we are recutting sometimes the picture even when we are mixing, so we need to spread those clips on different tracks because it's easier for us to recover. This is why it's we could compact it, let's say in 20 tracks, but oh my god.
I mean, before we used to work that way, do pre-dubs and regroup them into pre-6, but not anymore, because now you have the power to keep your section completely virtual.
But for the simple reason, because in the before producers, because the technology was coming from the 19th century, because it was in films. And when you cut a movie, it was really a hard cut. We had to cut the film. So before cutting the cuts, the movie, the frames, so the director, the picture editor, even the producer were thinking 36 times before cutting.
Right.
Now with digital, you can issue 25 different cuts versions in one afternoon.
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter. So it's the same with sound. So we have to keep everything online, just in case.
It's all
to
virtual.
keep all the options possible.
Okay, now I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's hear some stuff.
So now I'm going to play back.
Oh my God.
I'm going to play back the mix. So the picture is small, but so you will hear final mix in stereo because it's streaming was voices, music.
So let's hear the final.
And the final mix first. Okay, solo.
اشبك الخط وياه. حاضر سيدي. عنتر 1-8 وياك سيدي. وصلت 9 إلى عنتر 1-8. دمر مواقع الهاونات.
So here we have everything, the music,
everything,
the dialogue.
And now we are going to get some explosions and stuff. And
تم تدمير موقع الهاون الأول.
okay, we can stop, and now I'm going to play back only the sound effect and background. So, okay, I stopped here. Maybe I could go.
Maybe just 10 seconds before.
Yeah, 10 seconds before here, because we have, without music, without dialogue, without loop groups, with all the voices, the guy screaming. So, for example, I can show you something different with vehicles because it's.
So before that,
Yeah.
you were doing sound supervision on that
I
on that
was,
title.
okay, I was supervising. In the meantime, I was cutting. So it was a small team. So the team, because this movie was really international. During the shooting process, there were 48 nationalities working
Wow.
at show, all over the world. And regarding sound, we did quite the same because I was in LA, so I was cutting and supervising in LA, mixed in LA. But
So how big was the team, for instance?
so the team was quite small, but one part was in Australia with Robert Mackenzie, who won the Oscar for Axel Ridge. So Robert Mackenzie and his team, they were working on explosions and impacts. I got Capucine Couro, who was in Luxembourg, and she cut the trucks because you didn't see trucks, but you will see a little bit.
We heard them.
Yeah, not yet, but
I thought I heard the track.
so she cut the trucks, and it was a really tough job because I recorded those trucks, and I had the opportunity to record those trucks and to clean it up. And so she was in charge of everything. And on my side, so we got the Foley team was in New Jersey.
Right.
Or I think it's New York or New Jersey. So it's
So you had the
anyway, yeah.
multinational
Yeah.
teams working
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of different countries, and
And
you were supervising them remotely then.
the dialogue editor was in London.
Oh boy.
And the look groups were done in London with Emiratis and Saudis and Yemenites, and so yeah, it was really international. And the director was in France.
Oh boy.
So so for example, when we mixed, it was really funny because it was during the pandemic. So we were mixing it at Sony in Culver City, but we were streaming like we are doing now to France. In Paris, so we have the 9 hours delay, and so we were just playing back the movie to the director. So he gave us for notes, and we had, after that, because it was 9 a.m. in the morning here, and it was 6 p.m. in France. So and we had the full day to fix and to mix the movie. It was really funny. And the director, we sent him a 7:1 mix down with the picture. And the quality was really awesome. Yeah.
So he was hearing everything in a calibrated theater.
He couldn't hear in Dolby Atmos like we did because we didn't get the technology 2 years ago. But now so we can do that now, I think, or close, very close. But 7:1,
Yeah.
my God, it's really awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Can we just have a loop and you put some
Okay.
you see what I mean?
Okay.
The same I'd like to see the same.
I'm going to another because it's
Okay.
put
Put
the loop.
a scene in loop and just put some sound, some different,
Okay.
so people can understand what's going
first,
on, you know?
First I'm going to play back everything. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me put
and then you switch.
Okay, let me put some, maybe a marker. It should be great. Okay, in that case, because, okay.
Prefer.
Let's just recut the movie.
Yeah, let's record. Okay,
Yeah.
let's,
Cool. There is everything here.
everything.
Okay. You put in loop. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I
Okay,
love the shells. When I hear the shells,
It was, okay, now let's go to the first part, the Foley.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, scroll. It's a
Well,
big
the
session.
Foley.
Yeah, Foley. Okay, I'm going to put that. Maybe I should put my glass on. Foley.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Only.
Now maybe
So-
you can add.
Maybe,
You
okay.
need to go to the end, you know?
Okay, let's add some.
We have
So-
the Foley, and
Okay,
now,
okay,
what do we add?
background, we have backgrounds, but I'm going to put them, but in the meantime, it's really not
Okay.
loud. Okay, now let's put some some machine guns.
Yeah, there's a lot of shooting.
So
So outside,
they are the big machine guns, but in backgrounds because
Yeah.
of the big
Yeah.
one. Okay. Now we're going to add more machine guns.
Yeah.
More.
principles, I guess. Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
Okay. Now more.
So impact and
No,
shells.
no, not yet. Other
But-
machines. Because you are
Okay.
now you got the AK-47s now.
Oh,
You got the M4, M4,
you,
AK-47.
you become a gun specialist with those movies.
I was already a gun specialist. It's funny because you are French and you're a gun specialist. Yes, we can. So this one I don't remember what is. This
We
one.
want more.
So I got
the-
some other stuff. Yeah, here I put that.
They obviously have a very different pitch.
Yeah, and now we have I'm bringing some impacts and ricochets and stuff like that.
Great.
Cool.
Okay, and now let me bring some trucks.
Yeah.
Or everything, in fact. I'm going to bring the other the trucks, but without, it's not the mix, so you have everything, yes.
And there is no music?
No, it was, as I
Okay.
told you, it's,
That's full enough.
it's no music. Okay, this is why.
So,
So,
sorry
Yeah,
to
sure,
interrupt.
sure.
People don't really realize, but a scene like that, which is probably a few minutes long, took how many weeks to prepare?
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to, I don't remember the next because if it was one person cutting that, this reel is 20 minutes because we are still, even if we are in digital, we are still splitting work in reels, even not using
We
those
don't
anymore.
really need to, but yeah, it's
but
better.
it's the way we're working, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. So if it was a linear fashion, one person to cut that reel could take 10 weeks to cut it.
Yeah.
It's,
But you had a team of
we are
a
a team,
dozen
yeah,
person.
it depends also the way you work and the tricks, because for example regarding guns I have a specific trick to cut guns quickly.
So
Yeah, but
But because it was imagine someone is an average sound editor and a small sound effect library, and it's 10 weeks
it would take forever. Yeah.
forever.
And
Yeah,
how long did
and-
it take to mix that?
And to mix, this is why, because when you were talking about
That was my next question.
yeah, because in fact I was thinking about mixing, because mixing usually in that movie, and we were really fast with Kevin, so usually we mixed one because this movie is really busy, but we mixed one reel every 2 days and a half.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But this one we took 4 days.
Uh-huh.
4 days. It was so complicated.
Mhm.
So complicated. Yeah. Because we had to deal with music in the meantime, and
Always the music. We
Yeah,
always
always-
create the
always-
problem.
it's always the problem.
And-
No, I'm joking.
you have also to record the sound.
Yeah.
So, which is another part.
Yeah, because I love that.
pre-production.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I love that.
And I have some
Because-
footage. So let's for
I-
this movie.
I love so I recorded those guns, even if I already plenty of guns. I recorded a long time ago in France, and this movie was specific because the action takes place in a canyon with a lot of canyon reverb,
Yeah.
And so even if I recorded, even in sound libraries, we got plenty of guns, but I wanted to get this specific tails,
Yeah.
gun tails, and so I went to Dubai to record trucks and stuff like that, but we couldn't, even if the army was sponsoring, let's say, the movie, we couldn't have access to any real gun. So we organized a session in close to Las Vegas, and because I love that, I recorded those guns.
Where this? In Las Vegas?
Yeah, close to Las Vegas.
Okay, cool.
So because Las Vegas have plenty of companies, they have a lot of guns, but it could be done somewhere else. Here it's possible. You have professionals because I recorded those guns with professionals. Guys went to Iraq, went to Afghanistan. I was really
Military.
safe. I was really safe because we
Don't try that at home.
Exactly. It was really so. We got
there is mic everywhere.
yeah. I put
Look at
mics
this.
everywhere,
Yeah.
and I was experimenting, and I was really happy getting the results because what I wanted to do with those guns, I wanted to get because guns like thunderclaps or stuff like that
Hard impact.
are very difficult to record because the technology the technology is not as powerful as our ears. But in the meantime, even if we had the technology to record those and to reproduce those, the problem you cannot in a theater or even at home listen to a movie with such dynamic range because it's so exhausting and you're going to becoming deaf. So we had to deal with what is in real life and in the meantime to squeeze the sounds. But when you squeeze,
to adapt.
But when you squeeze those sounds, you lose, let's say, 10% of the information because guns like thunderclaps, as I told you, it's not only ears, it's also the body.
Yeah.
And body means you have to be very loud.
So if I understand, you had a principal shotgun on the gun, very close to the gun, and then you are trying to record ambience with those
In fact,
satellites.
I have many guns close. Shotguns.
Microphones.
Microphones close. I had the shotguns was a Neumann RSM 191, so it MS, so it's stereo shotgun, and the two close to the shotguns were Bayer M88 dynamic stuff. People don't use those because what, we are going to record guns with dynamic microphones? Yes, they are great.
So this is great.
And after that, I got some other Neumann stuff. And I have, you don't see on that picture, but another one you have.
Which one?
This one, okay.
Yeah.
You don't see because it's really far. You do see another couple of microphones at.
So you record how many microphones?
So in that session, I was recording with 10 microphones.
In the same time?
In the same time, different positions.
In how many tracks?
So I was recording on 8 tracks plus the main shotgun, the RSM 191, was recording also on Nagra analog recorder, the Nagra S 4S with a Dolby SR unit, and so no, it's very why because people
I'm laughing because you're very.
No, I'm not because
let's be precise.
No, I'm saying that it's because it's old school, and now because it's about music, it's not only that. Old school is coming back. Vinyls are coming back. Tapes are coming back, because people were just. You understand that digital is great, but we had some stuff in the analog world. They were very great.
Speaking of analog world,
I
have some footage of you. Like a few years ago, and we can have a look of when you create sounds organically.
1998.
So let's see this.
1998. Yeah, it was.
So as we can see,
I was trying to
the dinosaur egg.
To look
to get impacts, and. And I'm still using those sometimes, but it's really difficult to get the.
Look, for a whoosh.
Whooshes, yeah.
Okay. How many microphones did you set on fire?
No, it's it's the same shotgun. I'm still using the same shotgun. So I was trying to.
How many times did you cut your fingers?
No, not at all.
Oh, yeah,
I
I love that.
I did this kind of stuff. Yes,
That's
yes.
the best.
Oh my god, I didn't remember. It sounded like that.
So, wait a minute. Let's hear again.
Is that for a kitchen show?
Look at
The expression.
the expression.
God,
of
this is
Fred.
like a terror
Look,
movie.
listen and look at his smile.
I didn't remember.
Something weird.
I didn't remember. Yeah, I didn't remember.
Okay.
This is like Suspiria version sound effect.
Yeah, because but it was brand new for me. It was the first time I was doing that because
It's great, you know.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
the first time I was
It's
doing this.
because
kind
you
of
have to
stuff.
imagine how do you recreate that sound and that sound. So you
Yeah,
have
there's
to-
some
to-
tricks.
to-
In fact, it's really great because a lot of great professionals here in Los Angeles gave and are still giving their tricks. So I remember in 1998 I was watching this kind or reading articles on some specialized magazines,
Mix,
like
probably,
Mix
yeah,
magazine
yeah.
and stuff like that, or books, and some great guys are still working here and that gave their tricks. So in France it was quite. We didn't get that in France at that time. Yeah, and so I was just trying to experiment, and I was just reading recipes. Oh, this guy in LA says that if you take a
knife into a can.
knife, yeah. With a watermelon, you can do that. Okay, let's buy a watermelon. So I did that. I was trying to do. Oh, okay, if they are doing that, maybe it's great. And that's it. It was the first time.
I call that math science meets sound effect.
Yeah, it was great. So I learned a lot, and I'm still learning about because even now sometimes I'm doing some stuff with. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, and now you have your own Atmos studio
Yeah.
in your home. So let's speak about this. And first of all, what is an Atmos studio?
Okay, so
sound?
first it's a home studio because
Yeah.
when I moved, so home studio.
It's a studio in your home. It's not
Yeah.
the home studio. Like
No, and home studio usually are in stereo on 5.1, and
So you went overboard and you did Atmos.
yeah, so I went to 7.1 because it was really easy.
0.4.
And then I was working one day. I have a story about Dolby. It was funny, not some funny.
So we're gonna have a look of
yeah.
of the studio
Uh,
while you're speaking.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay.
And so we are. Oh,
have
so
to-
the little stuff I was working on that.
Yeah.
So this is my home studio, and so it's a 7.1, and I got my old Revox.
Oh
I'm
my
very
God,
proud.
the B70.
7, yeah,
seven, yeah.
analog word, and so you can see close to the screen those two speakers aiming the settings. So it's not a Dolby Atmos studio for mixing. It's mostly for editing.
For cutting.
It's
yeah.
for cutting. It's for cutting, but at least I got the good feeling how it will sound later when bringing my session to
that's
the
a
mixing
good
stage.
that's a good point. Is cutting a lot more complicated now that the format has changed going into Atmos compared
Yeah.
to before? Is
Yeah.
that you need to cut into many more tracks than
more
than
sound,
before?
more tracks because of
And you
that
need to
stuff.
think instead of thinking about mono or stereo or 5.1 like we used to in the days. Now you have to do a lot of tracks into, a lot of sound effect into multiple tracks.
Yeah, it's more complicated, it's longer, and the problem we have less time than before, as usual, because it's digital. But it's more because the problem is I think it's the brand now. It's not because when you have in the ancient time when we had mono, in mono you can put everything. And for example, in the old movies, let's say in the 30s or whatever, so the technology was not really perfect, and we had a lot of hiss. And in the film process, or on the not the vinyls, but the disc before, because disc and then, and because of hiss and crackles, in fact, this technological problem became fantastic, because at least we got already a background. This was already a background. You didn't need to cut any background, because you already got this. So, and in the meantime, because it was in mono, a couple of sounds worked. Even sometimes was not really in sync, but it worked a lot. But then we started to be in stereo. The brain doesn't work the way. So because the sound going from left, not coming from in the same time, the same direction. So suddenly the brain doesn't like when it's not really in sync, because white's coming from left, right. So you have to add more, and the background doesn't work anymore. So I have to bring something real.
Yeah, everything becomes wider
and
richer.
And so after that we got 5.1, 7.1, and Dolby Atmos. So it's getting worse or better or whatever. It's
more track but better sound.
But
no,
you
no,
also
I cannot say that.
Yeah, you also have the room to listen all the tracks, and so it's.
I cannot say that. I cannot say that, because even in music, for me, a lot of it's an analogy with music. We got great recordings or great artists, and they recorded in mono, and they recorded in one afternoon. And they, when we think about stories about the okay, it's not cinema, but you understand, because you are more for the background musical. But when people working in the wrecking crew in LA, when they were telling you that they recorded those beautiful albums at the top 40s, top 10, whatever, and they recorded 6 tracks in one afternoon, and even if you listen to those tracks now, you say, oh my God, it sounds so great, because they are great musicians but great composer, and it was recorded in mono. On a three tracks tape recorder, and that to bounce and to, so I cannot say that because we have more tracks and more stuff it's better. No, it's
maybe more realistic.
It's maybe more realistic.
It's a lot
but
richer.
Doesn't mean
Okay,
better. Maybe I don't know.
Let's be frank. It's a lot richer and dense and condensed than before.
Yeah.
Now you're fighting for space.
Yeah, it's so we can recreate, we can do a lot of things better, but in the meantime, sometimes it's I really don't know, because we have to always to fight getting voices, because because okay, we're talking sound effect and backgrounds, okay, but a movie, it's about a story and who is telling the story, the actor and the actor voices, actors' voices. So we have to understand voices.
Oh yeah.
So first it's voices, then music, because
course,
music brings emotions and stuff like that, and then we have sound effect, and sometimes it's the opposite. Sound effects are bringing more, but usually it's more dialogue, music, effects background. So, and the main problem, we have a lot of tracks regarding dialogues, but because of time, because of the environment, because of the new way of speaking, it's difficult to understand dialogue. In every country, it's here, it's in England, it's in France, maybe, I don't know, maybe in Italy, whatever. It's first we have this issue. And we have now on set sound mixers of up to 24 tracks in their recorders. Usually they're using 8 tracks or 10 tracks. But so first it's the main issue, and we have to clean up dialogues and to replace, to do some ADR. ADR means post sync in France, and so we have more tracks, but
they're fighting more.
They're fighting more.
Yeah, that's obvious.
The environment is not so great, because in the ancient time, they have studios, they have sound stages, they had quiet environment, and the technology was not great, because, as I told you, it was coming from the 19th century or early 20th century. No, yeah, the technology of film, but the sound, yeah, the technology during 40 years was from 1927 technology, but the sound was great because the environment, because time, because the way actors had to speak to project their voices. So I cannot say.
No, I see what you're saying. I see
Yeah, it's difficult. Okay, as a sound editor, anyway, it's better now because the quality, sound effect quality is better than before.
Yeah.
But I cannot think only as a sound editor. I have
and
to
you can
speak
put
about
as many as you want. Basically, no one is going to say too much gun.
yeah, and here in LA, what is great here is the big.
Yeah,
You have to think big.
loud and big.
And big. Maybe not loud, but big. Even if it's not loud, you have to think big. Sometimes, oh my God, yeah, okay, let's.
Yeah, it's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood.
And
It's
you're
yeah, it's
under the Hollywood sign.
yeah, it's Hollywood. So yeah, I cannot say.
So, yeah, we had maybe a lot of questions, but we were running just a little bit late. Just one thing about the IA. Do you
Oh,
think the IA?
AI.
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 The AI, sorry.
It's a disaster.
So quickly,
Uh,
just quickly, because I want to show something
quickly because it could be a great stuff because we could recreate some for ADR, for dialogues, for example, when the we had bad situation, documentary, whatever, and the sound was not great because of some wind or some backgrounds, and now with AI you can really resynthesize the music, and it's really great. But the problem is some people will think about replacing actors. So first it's actors, then I'm talking about editing. Now they're thinking about maybe to put some computers to edit movies and to maybe
Voiceover. I mean,
edit sound
dubbing.
and edit sound, because now, and some people already try. I saw that maybe 1 year ago, a company, I don't remember the name, and I don't want to remember. They were selling the concept of a computer doing follies. Of course, the computer didn't understand that it's not only rethinking stuff; it's also about the. It was. I saw this clip about a horse galloping, and it was in grassy land, and so they put some hooves on woods instead. Yeah, no, it's a land. It's grassy.
So basically, if I dream, I'm a director, and I see the sequence you just showed a little bit earlier, I tell my computer, instead of hiring all you guys and in all those countries and 20 people working on that scene, I tell my computer, give me the sound effect for that scene.
I think that some people are already thinking about that. Yeah.
10 years, 20 years?
No.
2.
No,
2 or
I
3
think unfortunately it will be 5 years.
Oh, no. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Anyway, so because it's
But
a
I
huge,
hope
I hope it will be 20.
And I hope, and this is why those WGA is on strike, and it's really great that they are doing that, because it's the future for, it's not only at work, it's for a lot of people. The AI it could be really great, but unfortunately, the humankind is greedy, and this is the problem: is greed. I'm talking about greed.
Yeah.
It's not
Saving money, saving
the
time.
The tool by itself is really great, but
yeah,
It's how we use it.
like everything. So now
Yeah.
I have a little game for Michel.
Oh my God.
Michel,
Michel.
I'm gonna show you something.
It's an AK-47. I recognize the sound immediately. And that's an M16
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Michel, we are
In
Fred and I
You are like
in this
6.
picture.
1973.
Oh, we don't speak about
You are 6
Oh,
years
sorry.
old.
We are 6 years old.
So,
Great.
do,
Yeah.
you,
07.
do you think?
I could recognize you guys.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay.
You have
Who's very
5 seconds.
Okay, who's very
One.
unruly?
2.
You on the left.
Which left?
The left of the picture.
No, I'm not on the left.
Oh.
Okay,
Total failure.
I'm showing you Frederic.
What? That's a
Yes.
fake. That's a deep fake. That's not Frederic. That's a
No.
deep fake.
It's
Talking
me.
about
It's me.
AI,
I refuse.
It's me. It's me.
you know,
Yeah.
it was over there, and I'm here.
Obviously. What were you so happy
Yeah,
about?
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
no, it's really it's really funny that we are in the same city
Yeah.
now.
I should bring a picture of my class when I was 6 with my friends and see if you can recognize me.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
we didn't
cool.
change. We didn't change.
No, not at all. Okay, we have a few minutes. Any advice for the young song editors? Any school? Any
Very quickly. because
Very
We
quickly.
have
We
2
have
minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay,
2 minutes.
the usual stuff. Don't give up. But even if it's difficult, oh my God,
Ah, sorry.
DJ,
Spinning, huh?
hip hop.
Stop him.
So yeah, don't give up. It's a very interesting job, but it's really tough.
Long hours,
Yeah,
lot of
and
pressure.
you are always working alone. You don't see a lot of people. Really not.
Could be good.
Yeah, but sometimes it's really difficult
Yes,
because
you have to be ready for this.
you have you don't
To be alone,
Yeah,
a
it's
long
not-
hour.
and
Not an office, yeah.
And the thing is mostly for sound editing. I know here it's not the case here, but in Europe, directors they, as I told you before, that they don't want to know a lot about sound editing. For them, it's mix, and because of that, they don't really talk to the sound editor. So the sound editor is really alone. So nobody is coming to see him
check.
or her, to check, to talk. Maybe at the beginning of the process and during 6 or 7 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. So the sound editor is in his bubble, and when he or she arrives at the mixing stage, and he or she thinks that because it's her baby,
Yeah, of course.
and there's some frustrations coming because suddenly his baby is given to the recording mixer and the picture, and the director is taking over.
Mhm.
And I when I was younger in Europe, I was really frustrated a lot of time because I didn't understand, and it took me a lot of years to understand. Okay, it's not my baby.
Yeah.
And it's really not
You're
my baby.
working a long time.
Here it's different. It's totally different here because first we have spotting stations, and directors, producers, and picture editors. We are spending couple of hours and maybe sometimes many sessions to talk about
Mhm.
the sound they want. And the fact they are telling you, and it's official from the beginning, you understand. Okay, it's not your baby.
That's it. So now
That's it.
we have to cut the show.
You have to cut
So
the show.
thanks a lot. Yeah, it was a real pleasure.
It
Thanks,
was.
Michel.
It was.
And just to say, this show is sponsored by Music Partner. So
Wow.
Music Partner, it's a music resource for TV and film production, and it's free. So guys, go check it out at musicpartner.tv. Okay, so now I have 30 seconds to put the final
Touch.
touch.
The final touch.
So bye bye guys. See you next time. Thank you, Fred.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.